Hello and welcome back to See the Stories. This is a signature segment of the 3-hour news show. Now we're just talking about the 42nd ASEAN Summit in Labuan Bajo, where it is also a moment to promote Flores woven fabrics.
That's right. The National Craft Council, or Dekranasda, of East Nusa Tenggara has prepared 12 pairs of woven fabrics with mata manuk pattern to be made into shirts and used by 11 ASEAN heads of state and Secretary General. Let's have a look. The mata manuk woven fabric is a typical fabric from West Manggarai, which is the venue of the 42nd ASEAN Summit. The fabric is produced by MSMEs in the Lembor sub-district, and the color and model was chosen directly by Indonesian President Joko Widodo. Meanwhile, the mata manuk pattern is considered as a symbol of masculinity and courage, as well as a repellent.
And speaking of the noon of woven fabrics, there's a community called Tinung Rambu that was founded to empower women in remote areas of East Nusa Tenggara through weaving skills. And joining us today is Tinung Rambu founder Stephanie Saing, who was also in Labuan Bajo to attend an exhibition there. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Hi, Stephanie. How are you? It's very good here, Kak.
Oh, I have to say that all those fabrics behind you are beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Very gorgeous.
Yes, thank you. This is Mama. I call Mama for all the waivers.
Yeah.
And this is, we can say, the hand masterpiece.
Wow.
All 100% handmade.
All 100% handmade. But Stephanie, speaking of the
100%
ASEAN Summit, Tinung Rambu also took part in the MSME's exhibition there, right? Can you tell us more about it?
Yes. Can you tell us more about it? So Tinung Rambu is very grateful to get a chance to be part of side events in Labuan Bajo. We are invited by Ministry of Corporation and Small and Medium Enterprise. And they give us a chance as a part of maybe development, because we have followed them and then join for the training, many trainings that we have with them, get some knowledge and develop our products. And now we get the chance to present what we have done during the process in COVID time, and now we present what we have now to the delegates and the public here in Labuan Bajo.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Beautiful. Now, can you tell us how you and Tinung Rambu were able to be involved in this year's ASEAN Summit? That must be exciting.
Yes, it is. So I think from the ministry they have created many SME. So I'm not here alone. We have together, I think, 2 brands here. So one of the brands with the organic products, and we are selected for the woven products or handicraft products.
Wow.
I see.
I mean, if we're talking about Nusa Tenggara, we're talking about your signature textile, because, you know, there is nothing like, come on, show us. So we
Now
have some here.
I get to show one of my collections. So,
Wow.
Because you are also from Nusa
yes.
Tenggara.
So my dad comes from Rote, East Nusa Tenggara, but this is actually not from Rote. So you can see I brought this to Turkey a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know, I took really high pride on this.
Yeah.
I took a really high
I
pride
mean,
on
that's-
people in Turkey were asking about this particular fabrics.
Because I wanted to say, Tinung Rambu representing what's one of the best things about Indonesia, one of
Yes,
the beautiful
yes,
things
I have
about
to say yes.
Indonesia. And so proud that you get to represent, you know, and also being active at the summit. What is your hope in promoting Tinung Rambu during this ASEAN Summit?
Actually, as a founder, I really hope that delegates, guests, or even the public in Labuan Bajo can notice what we have done or we have doing now in Tinung Rambu. We try to empowering the women in East Nusa Tenggara through the woven itself, and by the woven itself, we also support for nutrition and education of the early childhood in East Nusa Tenggara itself. We are grateful as well because next month we hopefully we can finish one of the building, a school building
Ah.
that we built through this woven, actually the woven project.
So basically, you're doing this to also help other, other kids, other people in that sense.
Yes, it is. So we every month actually we have a program for nutrition support, and it has been done every month for 6 schools, especially for early childhood schools, PAUD, and it distributed in Timor, Rote, and Isumba.
Wow, Stephanie, I really appreciate this effort of yours and also your colleagues and partners there in Tinung Rambu. But speaking of the core business of Tinung Rambu, I mean, not the core business, but the core star, the star of Tinung Rambu, Tenun. Now, what makes woven fabrics or Tenun from NTT or East Nusa Tenggara different from other woven fabrics?
So East Nusa Tenggara, as a province, really have privilege for the woven sources because we have 22 city and regency, and every regency or every city they have own signature woven. So just like behind my or in the scene, you can see in my right part. This is from Belu.
Oh, beautiful.
We call with the technique with ikat, and in the below part we call as the technique for buna. So we have many, at least 4 techniques of the weaving. So and another side you can see here, maybe I think more famous for many people is Isumba, and this is the ikat for Isumba. And like this one is Witikau. So we use seashell to make a additional part of the weapon itself, so it can be luxurious. And then before it was worn by the kingdom family in Isumba as a native, as a part of.
All right.
So it makes very different. Woven in Sumba, in Belu, Rote as well.
Yeah.
And if we compare to other part of Indonesia, we actually have very rich woven, but each area has their own identity and story behind the fabrics.
Yeah, so I went to Rote couple of months
Yes.
ago, probably in September. And it seems like weaving is like the livelihood of the local people there, local women there. Because I can see like lots of people having lots of huts in which they weave during the day and they sell it by the street.
Yeah.
So I stopped by and asked, what did they use for the coloring? And apparently, Stephanie, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's actually natural dyeing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, it is, Kakak. So for Tinorabu itself, 90% of our products are natural dyes. And if you talk about Rote area, like in Oseli or Nembrala area, they
Yeah.
use natural dyes now, and with very various colors. We also working with them in one of the project in Dao, actually in Dao Island. So we also in Tinorabu produce with that area.
Wow.
Beautiful.
All right. Now, speaking of weavers, can we just ask you what are the current problems among the East Nusa Tenggara weavers? Are there any challenges? Anything that you can tell us?
So for this time, actually there are lots of the channels, but coming the time it's still here, but reducing. One of them, the challenge are the market,
Yeah.
because the process is quite long and it's 100% handmade. It makes that one product, like let's say like a belu sarong, which Rabu produce. One sarong we need like 2 months, and cost quite a lot for sub market, and we try to match with the market so we can cover all the market, not only certain people, like let's say like rich people, no.
Yeah.
But we try to get from the students until the parents can wear the tenun.
I
And
love
the second one, how to passing this program or this work to the young generation, because not all young generation wants to weave anymore, and it
Yeah.
takes time, and this wisdom, the local wisdom, are passed by the parents to the kids only by the what say, not, it's not written, just
By showing.
telling
Yeah.
the stories, yeah, just showing how to do it. Yeah, it actually, for us itself in our group, it's very very challenging, because if mama has problem, and then the work will be stopped at that time, we will waiting for the problem solved, then they will continue the work at that, after that.
So how do you
So we
tackle?
don't. Mm.
So how do you tackle these challenges? I mean, I understand that preservation of this tradition is also very important, especially in your organization and foundation. So is there a way that, a special way that you perhaps help or empower the mamas to, you know, to, yeah, to be able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
share the story?
To
Because
get you into context, if you're not Indonesian, the mamas mean the women.
Women,
That's
yeah.
how the East
The
Nusa
women.
Tenggara would address the women.
That's right. So my question would be, through this empowerment, do you think that the younger generation can see that there is a market for what they're making that is very special?
So for in our in Tinung Rambu, actually, we challenge the young generation. So we thanks to pandemic for the positive impact in our organization or our community, because there is no way to work, there is no way to go at school at a time, so they have more time at home, and actually start from having no choices to help mama or the mother to work at home. So they work with the process in the weaving, which is before they cannot do it with the reason of the school, but now because the pandemic around 2 years, they see directly, they see how the process, and they try to love it, and we challenge them, if they would do it, we we will support the capital, and we make sure that the result or the product will be taken by Tinung Rambu without any excuse. So it makes them very happy, because they can, oh okay, we will get like say small salary to buy at least the credit for handphone, or to buy
Oh,
the
they're
book,
so
something
simple.
like
That
that.
is so
So the
That
reward,
is so
yes.
simple.
Well, sometimes you don't need
So
to think
one
so
of the
big.
things.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You know.
For
Okay.
the second one,
Yeah, please continue.
yeah, for the second one, for the preservation, actually we challenge the older one, the elder one. So we doing the social, what is that? More intense communication with them, so they can try. They want to they want to tell us. Actually, all the weavers loves to tell the story behind this, behind the fabrics that they make it. But how to ask them? That's the key point.
Yeah,
If we know how to ask them, they will tell anything. Then they will try to remember what their parents, their grandparents have passed to them, and actually they really love it, because we also challenge them how to make it in the old pattern.
Wow.
So we patiently wait them to make them. It's fine, and we also promise them that we will support what they need, and then we will receive for as we are being their market. So they are happy, because they believe that their work will be appreciated.
Yeah, I think it comes down to that, right? Empowering women and having their work appreciated. Stephanie, please stay with us, because we will be right back with more discussions and more questions, of course, because there's just so much to share of everything that you do. So, See the Stories will continue after the break. Please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned with us on the 3 Hour News Show on See Today.